Alright. Let's try this for a third time. Shall we? Well, actually, it's a fifth time. Alright, so we're going to just try some different things. First things first is this is the Aquarius Plus here. And it is this unit right here. Okay. And it is connected to just about everything. We're going to try some different stuff and see if we can have a little fun comparing it to an original Aquarius. You know, the legacy is the words that kiddies are using nowadays. I apologize for the lack of cinematography. I was not trained for that. So first things first is I want to go over a couple of things. I have a standard USB keyboard attached to it, and it's just a generic. I had really wanted to put this little, clickety-clacky one, but it takes too much power from the USB port on the Aquarius Plus, and it just kind of, it strobes more than it types. And then I also, I've got this adapter that somebody made that allows you to put an Atom keyboard on a USB, but that draws too much power as well. So I've got this one. It has the advantage of being very inexpensive. One of the things I want to show you is, now I've just got this hooked up to a little standard USB with a 3.5 millimeter jack for speakers. It's something I got off Amazon. I'm sure you could do from AliExpress or eBay. I don't think it was much money, $5-10. And I just keep a couple around so that, if I find a monitor that doesn't have speakers on it, or I just want to test something out, then I do that. So I've got this hooked side by side with a legacy Aquarius Plus. I haven't done a composite video upgrade to the Aquarius Plus yet. I have plenty of circuit boards, but I haven't found the time to do it. And so that will be the next project. And then I also, just so we could compare things, I got this very inexpensive $20 cassette player recorder off of Amazon. I even had to buy C cells for it to work. It's got a jack for a 5 volt DC in, which I'm sure I've got here someplace, but this way I know it's going to work. Alright, so the first thing I like to do when I sit down to play with this is I like to go and make sure that my firmware is up to date. And the easiest way to do this is if you go to the GitHub site, they have a user guide, and it's very detailed, and they're always updating it. But if you go to the Aquarius Wi-Fi section, it tells you how to get to update the firmware. So we're going to do that. We know that this is V0.23b. Now, tell you a secret, it's already up to date. But the process is the same, and you'll see the error when it gets that way. So we're going to run, and then open quotation mark ESP, settings. Right? So if you type help, this will get you different things that it can update. You could update from the SD card. You download it from the GitHub and then do that. But we've got Wi-Fi, why not use it? So I'm going to do update GH, which is for GitHub. Now, it wants you to print, or it wants you to enter the version that is up on GitHub. And I know for a fact that the current release is v0.23b. Okay, and it's going to go out there, and it's updating from this file. It says update failed. Why? Because it's already up to date. Okay, but that walks you through the quick and dirty of getting your Aquarius Plus up to date. Next thing I want to do is I want to run side by side to check some compatibility of cartridges and of the some cassette tapes. You know, check the basic. So you've probably seen this. It's an Aquarius cart, and it's got a whole bunch of goodness in it. And Jay Snellen makes them, and they are outstanding. The thing is that it doesn't quite fit onto the Aquarius Plus. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because I don't like inserting cartridges into live equipment. I'm going to tilt this down a little bit, and we're going to telephoto in. $6 million man. Okay, now, if you look, well, you can't see. It's got the cartridge port on the side here. You're blocking the port, Vernon. And it just doesn't quite fit in. The shell is just a little too thin. Now, it's fine if you insert it onto, or into, I should say, Legacy Aquarius Plus. Fits right in. And we're going to, there we go. I'm going to turn this on. Right? And then we'll do F for demonstration. Just so you can see it. Yeah, that's great. It's got a lot of programs in it. It's, you know, you don't have to hunt down any of the carts that are difficult to find. But, and, you know, it goes nicely with a 32K. But that's that size thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to void my warranty. So I'm going to take the little label off here, and I'm going to get my screwdriver like this and just undo all 4 screws. And, you know, it's nicely put together. It looks like it's injection molded shell. And then, because it's not the cartridge. The head of that screw is slightly off. It's the shell itself, which is fine. You know, they didn't know the Aquarius Plus was out there when they first did it. So I'm gonna. Now, if you do this, you could fry it and your Aquarius Plus, right? Remember that when we got it open, it was like this, right? So that means this side goes up, okay? And we're going to put it in this side up, like this. And since it's a bare circuit board, we're going to make sure that we don't put any metal around it or anything like that. Okay, and then we're going to turn this on. Now, et voila. It works just like, and it works very well. The one thing that I would put out there is that this extended basic cartridge, it doesn't work on the Aquarius Plus. And you go, well, why doesn't it? Because the basic that's built in is extended basic. And so the calls conflict. And so the keyboard layout gets messed up, and whole 9 yards. Okay? So just use the basic that's built into the Aquarius Plus. It's better than the extended basic, or at the very least, it's just as good, right? So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to take the cartridge out. I'm going to put this back together simply because I don't want it to get lost. We're going to remember that we had the chips up. Sorry, I was just seeing what chips are in there. Okay, and then let's put the screws back in. Okay, and then the next thing I want to do is let's check compatibility of cassettes. So one of the things that is very cool is that if you look right here on the side of the Aquarius Plus, there's 3 ports. Okay? Nice thing about the Quick Start Guide is that if you go to it, it's got a nice picture of the side ports. And so it says from left to right, and it even says left, just, you know, it's the left side of the unit. But from left to right is the out. That is the mic. Yes, that's the mic. And so, and then this is the in, or the ear. Now, the reason why we need to do that is because what you can do is just go to your standard electronics store or wherever, AliExpress, eBay, you know, guy that you know at the corner, and get these 2-to-2 3.5 millimeter or 1/8 inch plugs, right? And the way I think about it is black goes for the mic, because when you speak, it blocks out hearing, blocks everything else. And gray for gear, which reminds me of ear, which is ear, or the phone, the earphones. So I'm going to put this, the black goes in the back for mic, and then gray for ear. If you've got a standard Mattel Aquarius data recorder, then you can see right here the ear plug, and it says ear on it, and then mic. Right now, if you get, for some oddball reason, there's a third wire, and it's even smaller. I think it's 2.5 millimeters, and it's labeled remote. That sometimes you can pause recording with the switch on